to get back to us. And as soon as we do that, we'll probably look at, or if we get some indication that they're gonna get back to us with a positive response, we'll probably come back to the board and try to set a letting for maybe sometime in May. I mean, bridge contractors are getting real aggressive on bids and they're looking for work, so it's a good time to be letting projects. Back to the road crews, laying gravel roads, reclaiming paved road shoulders, replenishing salt stockpiles, should complete that this week. Repairing and servicing equipment in all the shops, repairing and replacing road signs throughout the county, repairing tile and road culverts around the county, building field entrances in Boyer Valley Township. Any other road?
Yeah, we were on 230th, right west of Lucille Helmbrechts. It looks like there's a wash coming into the gravel road a little bit.
Okay.
And it might be flagged, or I don't know if they. Last fall, I think they cleaned out the intake there, and now it looks like it's coming into the bank a little bit.
In the summer fire?
Yeah.
That was on 230th.
30th. Right, it's right west of N28 on 230th on the north ditch.
So it's west of the building site or
East of the building site.
between
Her building site and
the
the
road? Okay.
N28. Oh, I also don't know if another one, I need a plat. You don't want to do that?
We're starting to get, at least I got a couple this morning over to Calhoun for some driveway widening, so we're getting requests for widening driveways.
There's last summer, well actually it's last fall, they did some, dug some tree roots at section 3, it's right here, out of, it was kind of in this acreage where Ken Wise used to live.
Oh, okay.
They dug roots. We replaced the tile up to the ditch, and then the county put 2 new intakes in. There's water sitting on the east side and nothing on the west. In the ditch. Yeah. So it must not be crossing.
Those numbers on that map, they
And they'll know if you mention that they did some intake work right there. It's not.
unprogrammed. There's that.
There shouldn't be water on one side and not on the other.
The water standing on the east?
Water standing on the east.
Okay.
This TPMS ID number on there now. This number.
I see you have blading on your list. I assume they're cutting as much as they can.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Roads are still a little bit soft. I mean, I was on the sample yesterday. It was.
Frost is still going on, I think.
Yeah.
Because right below my place, I don't know, there's always frost boils. And I really, some places are worse than they were a couple weeks ago. Or, I mean, the roads are they're just small spots that are just real spongy.
Yeah. Met the railroad, the DOT guy over there, west of Wall Lake. The year before they get into those crossing programs, they come out and take a look and sort of agree what they're going to do, and so I had to meet them over there because that's up for funding next summer. Place that crossing there, and I cut across the mile south of D46, and yeah, there were some spots in there that, I mean, you drive them along, all of a sudden, it feels like you drove in about 6 inches of sand, just, but,
That's,
we could actually use nice, warm
Rain.
rain, you know, because I think, especially in some of those areas that are a little bit shaded from trees and stuff, that frost isn't gone yet. Item 2 there, project status, still making good progress on that box culverts up there. I think they got most of the floor poured now, don't they?
One more pour.
One more pour.
Triple.
Other than that, I guess we've got everything covered.
did the county put some rock in the intersection of 20 and 28, or did the
DOT
state?
did.
And I-
DOT did that.
Is that where the joint is? Is that coming apart now, where the two butt up against?
Well,
each
I
other?
see that the water getting in between there.
Is that what it is?
And it'll probably continue to be a problem, and probably get worse as the water, especially if as water gets there and freezes. You're talking about the joint right along the edge of the pavement?
It's
Yeah.
getting bad on the west side, and it's not quite as bad on the east. And who will take care of that when it gets to where it needs to have attention?
If it's within that joint, I'm trying to remember how close to the edge of the main line, Highway 20 that is. I think
It's right up
right
the
there,
edge.
within a couple of feet.
Yeah.
I think the DOT will take care of that problem. They typically take, even though the right of way goes back, 50 feet or whatever it is there, it's not quite that right wide through Lytton there, but they usually take care of everything up close to the main line, and once it gets back a ways, then the county gets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they made the rock effort, on the west, but there's gonna need to be some asphalt.
Well, and
Fix,
and that rock in there, just sort of a short-term fix. After I met with the city and Phil Heinlein, I started and had a letter somewhat put together about what our understanding of where some of the tile lines were in there and what some of the issues were, and basically, I was going to put words in DOT's mouth, but my understanding was sort of that if the city would fix the intakes, or put an intake in there that would take water, the DOT would take care of fixing the corner. So that's sort of the DOT's position on, because part of the problem is there's no intake in that corner to take the water.
There is on the east side.
Yeah,
In
on the
Calhoun.
west side there's not.
And so you think that they need to have an intake on the west as well, then, or what?
Yeah, I think that's 90% of the problem is that water comes down to that corner and just sits, and then it saturates the base. And
So is that crossing east and west, or is it crossing north and south, the tile line?
well,
I mean,
That's-
are they
that's-
sitting right on top of the tile line that they can just put a,
that's part of the old question is where are the tiles and where do they go?
you'd think it would cross N28 east and west.
I wonder, after we met that day, whether part of the problem might go back to when the city put that, when protein plant put in that high pressure line out to the lagoons, they cut right through there.
Yeah.
And that, the intake, there is an intake on the east side, but it's 80 foot north of the road. And
But
it
it's still
don't take water.
Oh, I thought it did take.
Well, it'll take the first 500. We get a rain, and it'll take the first little bit, and as soon as it fills up, it
It
just
doesn't?
takes it slower. And whether that line came on south and they crossed it and didn't get it put back together, and the trenches settled and pulled apart. We do think there is the old creamery outfall line going east